The other day I went to bed early, but when I woke up, I was on the couch. Whatever, I guess it doesn't matter. The next day, I locked the door to make sure nobody could come in. I went to sleep and woke up in the middle of the pool? How is this possible? Tonight, I am going to make sure I don't go anywhere. I tied myself tight to the bed, but when I woke up, I was on the roof? Why is this happening? So that night, I put a dummy in my bed to simulate I was sleeping there and waited for the culprit to come. And eventually, I saw them. I ran as fast as I could and took off the mask. What? You won't believe who it was. Subscribe if you want me to tell you. This is my crazy ex-girlfriend, Heather, and she told me,
never going to leave you.
but I can't have that. So I came up with a plan to make her stop liking me. I knew she followed me home, so I set up a trap for her. And... oh!
Honey, you're so considerate. How'd you know I was getting more?
Idea 2, making fun of her.
Heather, you are crazy.
Crazy for you.
Well, you're a stinky poopy head.
I read about this. This is how boys flirt.
Bruh.
You're so cute.
Idea 3, pretend that I am cheating on her. She will for sure get mad at me for this. It actually worked. So I gave her a harmless goodbye hug, and she was gone forever. But the other day, I heard something at my door. Go to the pinned comments to see the full video, because I think I'm being stalked. Let me explain. My crazy ex-girlfriend Heather is obsessed with me. And last video, I finally got away from her. But she still knows where I live, and some really weird things have been happening. So I had no choice but to pack up my things immediately and move. But I still feel like I'm being watched. We started carrying the boxes to load up the truck, and then we went to say our final goodbyes. But we noticed we left a box. That's weird. The box was super heavy, but we needed to get out of there as soon as possible. We each carried the last box and then closed up the truck. Go to the pinned comments to watch the full video. And that's why I got her pregnant. Let me explain. My crazy ex-girlfriend Heather came back into my life with this.
There's no way I'm the father.
You're the only person I love.
Now that I'm going to be a father, I have to learn how to take care of a baby. First, I had to learn how to change a diaper. Second, I had to learn how to feed a baby.
Here comes the airplane. Do you like it? Oh, it threw up on me.
Third, I had to learn how to use a stroller. That didn't go so well. Right when I thought things couldn't get any worse, this happened. Go to the pinned comments to see what happened to my baby. I just got my stalker arrested. Let me explain. My crazy ex-girlfriend has done some insane things to try and get closer to me. But this last time, she took it too far. So I had no choice but to call the cops on her. She ended up running from the police, so we tracked her license plate and found her location. We searched the entire house for hours, but found nothing. We were starting to give up until we saw this. Go to the pinned comments to see the full video. Today, I'm gonna figure out how many steps are on an escalator. How many steps could there be? 100,000? 20 million? Kind of like the subscriber mark I'm trying to hit, so please subscribe. I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out. My first thought was to stand still and try and count the steps one by one as they were moving. And that did not work. I then tried walking up and down and counting, but every time I thought I had the answer, more steps would appear over and over again. This seemed endless, but then it hit me. If I put a piece of tape on the first step I count, I would know how many steps are on the escalator. This was totally working. The answer was near. No! I was about to give up. I was crushed until I thought of my best idea yet, to Google it.
How many steps are in an escalator? 50. Mystery solved.
Subscribe so I didn't waste my time. This is the best day of the year.
Customers can visit their favorite 7-Eleven and come with their own cup to receive any Slurpee for just $1.99.
Slurpees are my favorite thing in the entire world. So I knew what I had to do. Buy the biggest cup I could possibly find and go to 7-Eleven to get my lifetime supply of Slurpees. As soon as we got into the store, the employee came up to us and said,
Question, is it gonna leak on my floor?
No, it's not gonna leak, I promise.
it was time to get filled. This was so crazy that even the 7-Eleven employees were taking pictures of us. Filling the bathtub was taking a while, but luckily some random people decided to help us. And after filling it up for literally over an hour, it was time to pay.
How much is it?
218.
218. Perfect.
So I carried the tub, loaded it into the truck, and brought it home for all my friends to enjoy. Subscribe if you love Slurpees. I just made the worst decision of my life. Here's why. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted a Lamborghini. And over the last few years, I've done some pretty crazy things for views. Like jumped out of a plane 15,000 feet in the air, put a tarantula on my face, and even gave money away to my subscribers. So subscribe. And even some things I'm not proud of. But yesterday, my dream came true, and I bought my dream car in all cash. But here's the problem. I spent every single last penny in my bank account to get this supercar, which means I can't even pay for parking. But wait, do I even need to? Not when you have a Lamborghini. Subscribe if you want a Lambo. Today, I got amazing news.
Chipotle is now giving golden burritos from their secret menu if you have a Chipotle burrito tattoo.
And this got me thinking. I've been able to fake my way into getting a free Subway for Life card and a $10,000 golden burger. So this should be a piece of cake. The plan was simple. I reached out to a professional body paint artist, explained to her exactly what I wanted, and paid her $10,000 for this realistic burrito tattoo. Then I found the nearest Chipotle, and it was time for the test. I waited nervously in line until it was my turn and asked, I heard that if I have a Chipotle burrito tattoo like this one right here, I get a golden burrito. Is that true? I was terrified while I was waiting. She was bringing out the manager to see if this was true. If this actually works, everybody has to subscribe. They then went to the back and came out with a special golden bag. And... no way! It's a golden burrito! Subscribe if you love Chipotle. Today I found a sign for a missing dog named Nibbles with a $50,000 reward. And I had to do whatever it would take to get the return the dog to its rightful owner. So I went to the first place a dog would run away to, the dog toy store. But Nibbles was nowhere to be seen. I then realized I was moving too slow and headed to his last known location, the dog park. Upon arriving, I realized this was going to be much harder than I had expected. I made a few trips around the park and carefully observed each dog, but still no Nibbles. I was starting to give up until I found this. A note with Nibbles' name on it, on the back of a Dobrik's pizza receipt. So I went to Dobrik's and found... another dog that wasn't Nibbles. I was getting discouraged, but wasn't ready to give up. Until I received a notification that Nibbles was found 3 years ago, and I wasted my entire day. Subscribe if you love dogs. This is my worst nightmare. Let me explain. My crazy ex-girlfriend's evil twin was arrested for helping her sister escape the police. I've been trying to live my life worry-free, but for some reason, I'm still extremely nervous that something is going to happen to me. Heather, I got you!
Who are you?
Oh, sorry. I've been having trouble sleeping at night because I know she is very clever. Luckily, the police assured me that there is no way that she is going to escape, and she is on 24-hour surveillance. I can now live my life happily knowing she is in there for good. Go to the pinned comments to see the full video. Life couldn't be better. The other day, I woke up and there was a clown behind me. It had to be one of my friends pranking me. So I took it out of my room and went on with my day. The next day, I woke up and there were snakes. Luckily, they were all fake, but I know one of my friends has to be up to this. So that night, I decided to stay up until I saw who it was. But I fell asleep. I woke up and quickly went to see if anyone was there, but there was nobody. So I went to the bathroom and realized there was a mask on me. What is happening? That night, I made a trap with a balloon and a nail. So when the door opens, the nail will pop the balloon and the noise will wake me up so I'll know who is doing this. So I went to bed, and after an hour, I heard the noise. I got up and ran as quickly as I could, and I saw them. Hit that subscribe button if you want me to tell you. You won't believe who it was.